going across like that, and that's where the aircraft is. Okay, so we're taking off from St Morgan in Cornwall here, where I did my initial training. Then I came back to here for 8.5 years after I'd been up in Scotland. Anyway, when your power comes on the aircraft, you get the aircraft projected down to here somewhere. You grab hold of these little wheels and move the aircraft to where you're taking off from. Okay, and when you take off, this calculates the aircraft movement, pardon me, sends it to here, and you see the aircraft symbol flying up the Irish Sea and up to the top end of Norway. And it's a good system. Any member of the crew wants to see what we're doing can come along here and just have a gander. The pilots can just look round the corner and see, oh, we're halfway. The Russian naval base, by the way, is top end of Norway. Okay, so most of the time we're flying our way up to the top end of Norway at about 145 miles an hour. It takes about 3 hours to get up there. We do it at 1,000 feet because the engines are set up for be most efficient at 1,000 feet. And then when we're at top end of Norway, we drop down to 500 feet and we stay there for 6 to 8 hours. And North Atlantic, believe me, is very, very rough. So most of the time we're strapped in here. By the way, we face fore and aft for takeoff for safety reasons. That guy sits facing backwards, we face forwards, he faces backwards, the other guys face forwards. These are my shoulder straps here, which I always turn around, and then when we're safely airborne we swivel them round so we can get to work. Okay, and then when we're coming into land we swivel round again fore and aft. Right. The seats are more stressed that way, yeah, for crashing or hit the ground hard, shall we say. Yeah. Right, so where was I? Yeah, now so he's looking after the safety of the aircraft, and maybe at night time he'd be the bomb aimer as well. On this side I control all the weapons, and this is a glass plate here with a projector system under here for projecting sonobuoy information. So if we're running in towards this contact, he's gone down. Now when I know we're running in, I switch on my system. I've got my aircraft here. Now when a submarine goes down, it always on my plot starts in the middle here. It's what we call the datum. Okay, and so radar passes me a range and bearing. Now that's north, east, south, west, and the range and bearing would be from us to the submarine. So who's good, having just woken up by the way, a lot of the time I'm doing nothing apart from making the odd decision for blogs and we swap over every now and again, so I've got 3.5 hours to shut my eyes for a little while. Okay, then suddenly radar contact, looks like a submarine, 040, you know, whatever, and pilots start homing on. By that stage, whoa, I wake up, I switch my equipment on so I'm all ready to go. I've got my aircraft symbol coming down here, but I haven't got anything yet. Then we're homing in towards the submarine goes down, he passes me a range and bearing 045, and I've just woken up, so I've got to work out the reciprocal of 045. Well, I don't actually, they give me the reciprocals down here. So I've got 220, 230, and I've got 040, 045, 050. So this is 12 miles here, that thick line is 10 miles, so I quickly whiz my aircraft to 045, 10 miles. Then I'm guiding the aircraft in here. This is when I grab my weapon release, which we don't have. Alright, it's on a cable here. In this hand I've got a pencil, because this is all manual plotting. And how do I talk to the pilots then? Because I'm like this, you see. I've got a foot switch. Talk to the pilot. So when we get to 3 miles, say, co-pilot, bomb doors open. He opens the bomb doors. And now we're running in here. So I'm going to drop, just for practice, I'll say 2 of these sonobuoys, okay? So I tell the 2 guys here, these were guys on the lookouts or in the galley or wherever they were, the officer in charge puts them here to listen to the sonobuoys once I've dropped them. But I tell them I'm dropping channel 6, okay, and say channel 27. It's on the side of the sonobuoys here. I have a sheet of paper of what's in the bomb bay, so I tell them what I'm going to drop. The sonobuoy release switches are these 20 switches here. So I select channel 06, and as the aircraft gets to here, I've got my foot on the foot switch, channel 06, now, pencil mark. Okay, as the aircraft comes along here, channel 27, now, pencil mark. Now till the bomb door's shut, they shut the bomb doors. Now tell them to just go into an orbit like this. They fly around. Now, what I haven't mentioned here, down the back I've got a smoke and flame float launcher here, okay? And the smokes and flame floats are about that long, about that round. They burn for about 6 minutes, giving smoke and flame. So I dropped one of those with each sonobuoy. And I should say, in real life, I would drop 4 sonobuoys. And also in real life, each one of these costs the same as a Mini.
Wow.
Okay, so my first new car was a Mini. My first second-hand car was a Morris Minor, but anyway, I bought a Mini, and that cost 640 quid in 1960. And so that's 4 Mini cars we drop. Okay,
yeah,
expensive old business.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Nimrod, some of our sonobuoys cost 3,000 quid each.
Wow.
And that was back in 1980. So God knows how much they cost now. Needless to say, we didn't drop many of them. We dropped cheaper boys that cost about 100 quid each. We could get through 100 of those on a trip.
Wow.
Tracking a Russian nuclear. Anyway, coming back to the Shackleton, where we could only track diesel electric submarines. So where was I? Yes, the pilots are orbiting round, okay? Now, when I drop the sonobuoys, they go down on a parachute, which is on the top here, hit the water, parachute falls off, whip aerial pops up, the top bit floats, the bottom bit sinks down 180 feet, and there's an underwater microphone down here, which then starts spinning round and round and round slowly, and it's each one that's got a compass needle that's sending back the direction this microphone is pointing right now. Okay, so on their screens here they see a little bright dot. Now it's north towards you, coming this way, east, south, west. So you see a little bright dot going north, east, south, west, back to north, east, south, west, as it keeps spinning round and round and round. Okay, now when it's pointing at the submarine, now imagine it's wartime, the submarine picked up our radar with his ESM, and so he knows he's going to be attacked, so he's going to be going really fast. So the sonics equipment here will pick up the noise of the submarine propeller, this sort of that sort of noise, and so when they're pointing towards it on their screen, they'll get this little bright dots going along like this. It'll suddenly go like that. So let's imagine that's the noise from the propeller. If you twizzle that knob with a little handle on it, yeah, that one there, you see the plastic cursor there? That's the bearing cursor. So there's the cursor, wind that on the top there. Okay, let's imagine both operators are both in contact with the submarine. So what I see project, oh, what I haven't told you, underneath here I've got 3 of these, okay, called lighthouses. Now the other one's right down the barrel. Can't get that out. They're really heavy, they're electromagnetic and stuck to this steel plate here, but I've got these little switches on the side that I can switch that off, okay, so I can move them around, because this is a little light, a circle of light, little tiny thing, a couple of millimeters across, projected vertically upwards, and a bearing line. So when I switch my equipment on, as well as getting my aircraft symbol, I've got 3 dots of light and 3 bearing lines. Okay, so I've also got 2 pencil marks here. In reality I'd have 4 pencil marks, but for this little exercise just 2. So I'd grab hold of these little buttons on the side, push them in and move my little dots of light underneath my pencil marks. I know you're going to say this sounds a bit crude. On the Nimrod it's all, you know, this sort of computer stuff.
Yeah.
But on this, it worked. You know, it needed a lot of practice, but it worked. I won the 1967 anti-submarine competition by killing a submarine, friendly submarine, of course, only with small practice bombs like that sort of size. So it wasn't real depth charges, or it was an underwater attack. It should have been a torpedo, but of course we have these little things simulating torpedoes. So where was I? Yeah, I get my bearings here projected up from underneath. Where they cross, that's where the submarine is. So pencil mark. Where's the aircraft? Oh, here it is, under here. So I tell the pilots, right, come right, roll out on 360. Now that's a rough guess. And this aircraft, you know, like this.
Yeah.
And it says, oh, he wants me to turn. Oh, all right then. you know, it's a big lumbering giant. It's not a fighter.
Yeah.
So the pilots have a lot of difficulty handling this big aircraft. This is why they're big, strong blokes. We don't have any women pilots on board this aircraft. On the Nimrod we did, and navigators, and sensor operators, a lot of women, and very good they were too. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, the submarine's moving fast.